I'm sorry for my voice. I'm sorry for being a little extra. I'm sorry, but I have a question. I'm sorry, but I'm single. Hey, I am Dr. Kristen Guillory, and I wonder if you have ever apologized for being who you are. We as women apologize way too much for taking up space, for being amazing, for being intelligent, for being single, and we need to stop. No more apologizing. Today, we're going to talk about some of the top areas where we might apologize for taking up space, for being who we are, for our intellect, for our beauty, for our sense of humor, for our personalities, and oh, no more. Because, ladies, you take up space. You don't apologize for taking up space. I wonder, have you ever been seated somewhere and someone's trying to walk across you to get to another seat, and you are the one who apologizes? That's the courteous thing to do, but I think you were sitting there first. Have you ever been in a meeting and you said, I'm sorry, but I have a question? Why are we apologizing for asking a question? Have you ever made a decision and someone wanted to change it up or someone wanted to be a part of the meeting and you said, no, I'm sorry, this is what we're doing? As opposed to saying, you know what, thank you so much for your interest, but we've already made our decision to move in this direction. Thank you again for your excitement about this opportunity. I do believe in apologizing when we do need to apologize and we've offended someone, when we've done something wrong. I absolutely believe in that, but I also believe in saying, thank you so much for your grace with this delay in me responding to you. I apologize for my tardiness, but thank you for your grace. So again, I apologize. I do believe that apologies are necessary, but not in apologizing for being exactly who you are. So I'm going to share my screen and I want you to check out some of these things and feel free to pause if needed. And let's talk about, have you ever apologized for these things? So again, feel free to screenshot this, feel free to pause it and just kind of sit in it. The first is, have you ever apologized for your feelings? I'm so sorry, but I'm angry. I'm so sorry, but I'm mad. Now, should we consider apologizing if our feelings lead us to a behavior or to make a decision that is not wisdom, that is not respectful? Yes. But I'm so sorry that I'm sad. No, no apologies for your feelings. You have the right to feel what you feel. You have the right to be angry. You have the right to be frustrated. You have the right to be sad. You have the right to be happy. You know what? I'm sorry, but I had a good day. Why do we at times apologize for having a good day, a good year, a good month, a good week? I'm sorry, but I didn't go. No, you know what? I hear you and feel for you. I had a great week. If somebody asks you, right? You don't want to throw it in their face, okay? Have you ever apologized for your intellect? Have you ever dumbed down or dimmed your light? Well, I don't want to come across a certain way. I don't, why are you apologizing for your intellect? Oh no. No, no, no. I remember being at a friend's house and his family came in and they were like, "Hey, what do you do?" And I said, well, I don't want to sound bougie, but I'm a professor and I do a lot of research. And this was about 7 years ago before I left my full-time professor position. And my friend's wife emailed me and she said, yeah, so you apologized for being who you are in your job. Yeah, don't do that. You don't have to apologize for that. I also remember being interviewed for a job about 6 or 7 years ago, and the interviewer said, so tell me about your evaluations as a professor. What do they say? And I said, well, I don't mean to brag, but my evaluations are really good and I'm rated as a top professor. The interviewer said, so why did you make that statement in the beginning? Although I didn't apologize, it's still an apology. Oh, I don't mean to brag. Why did I have to add that? If I'm stating facts, I'm stating facts. It's not bragging, but I have the right to brag if I want to. Have you ever apologized for your light? Are you someone who just lights up a room when you walk in? People call you bubbly, or you have a great, bright personality, or you just have a lot of energy, but have you ever apologized and said, I know my energy's a little too much. I know. Stop. Don't apologize for who you are. Have you ever apologized for your anger? You have the right to be angry. The things on the news, right, can bring about anger. There could be things in our personal lives. You have the right to be angry. Be mindful of what that anger turns into. You have the right to be angry. You know what? I'm angry. I'm angry and I'm grateful. I'm grateful and I'm in pain. Have you ever apologized for your sadness? I know that it's a part of our culture, whether we're talking about the American culture, certain ethnicities, where we apologize for being sad. We apologize for our tears. No need to apologize. As I heard someone once say, tears are sometimes those prayers we don't know how to put into words. No apologies for your sadness. Do you ever apologize for your joy? Do you ever feel bad about sharing your joy, sharing happiness in your life? And I understand that everybody is not able to handle it, but that's not any of you don't have to adjust. Walk in your joy. Don't apologize for your joy. Don't apologize when things are going well. Don't ever apologize for taking up space. And what do I mean by that? I don't mean physical space, but sometimes we as women, we try to make ourselves smaller. If y'all ever notice, if you look at when men and women sit down, we as women, we tend to cross our legs or bring our knees together, or our legs are crossed at our ankles. Men are taking up space, right? Legs are apart, arms are moved out. I'm not telling y'all to adopt that unless you want to, but you have the right to take up space. You have the right to show up. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. You're at your job for a reason. You're on committees for a reason. You were invited to be a part of things for a reason. You don't have to apologize for your presence. You don't have to apologize for taking up space. You do not ever, anybody who knows me knows that self-care is non-negotiable. You do not have to apologize for needing a break. Y'all understand? I need y'all to see me fully, okay? Hey, you do not ever have to apologize for needing a break. You have the right to say, I am tired, I am going to rest right now, or I am not able to respond to this email. Thank you for your grace. I'm going to respond tomorrow. You do not have to apologize for needing a break. You don't ever have to apologize for speaking your truth. I believe that we should be mindful and be respectful when needed, which is always, but sometimes we got to go there a little bit. But don't apologize for speaking your truth. You could say, respectfully, I'm going to go in a different direction, or respectfully, I'm going to agree to disagree. But this is what I experienced. It's so interesting to me that we will tell people that their truth, that their experiences aren't their experiences. No, that didn't really happen to you. No, that didn't happen. No, you're not going to tell me what happened in my life. You're not going to tell me how I perceived my own experiences. So you have the right to walk in your experience. Have you all ever been there? Can you relate to any of these so far, or maybe you've apologized for some of these things? Have you ever apologized for saying no? And I get that. It's very easy to say, oh, I'm so sorry. No, I can't do that. As opposed to saying, if someone, for example, wants to hang out on like a Saturday, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't. You know what? Thank you so much for the invitation. My schedule's already filled on Saturday. What about next weekend? Again, you can apologize if you want, but you don't have to apologize for saying no. Very recently, I had someone who invited me to be a part of a project with them, and they said, yeah, I thought we were going to work on this together. I said, no, no, no. I can't do that. I will commit to writing an article with you, but I cannot commit to that. There was no apology. That's just what it was. What about you? When and how do you find yourself apologizing for being who you are? I'm sorry, but I'm quiet. I'm sorry, but I'm loud. You don't have to do that. Have you ever apologized for having degrees? Have you ever watered it down? Have you ever dimmed it down because you have some degrees or have certifications? Have you ever apologized for not having degrees? I'm sorry, but I don't have my bachelor's yet, or I don't have my PhD, or I don't have a certification. Why are you apologizing? Very often we say, or I've heard people say, you have everything that you need right now. Why are we apologizing for what we don't have as opposed to walking in what we have right now? Why are you apologizing for degrees and not having degrees? Why are you apologizing for taking a nap? Take that nap, sis. Take that nap. Hashtag nap ministry. Why are you apologizing for resting? Isn't that so interesting? We feel bad when we get tired. We feel bad when we need to rest. We tell people, I'm so sorry, but I'm tired. I can't come out. That's been me before. And there were times I felt bad when I canceled hanging out with some friends because I was tired. I needed to rest, and I didn't know I was going to be tired by that time, but I felt bad and messaged and said, I'm so sorry, as opposed to, hey, I so wish I could have been with y'all this evening, but I am exhausted. I'm going to have to catch you next time. I didn't mean to be tired, and we feel guilty about being tired. You have the right to be tired. Have you ever apologized for being too much? Has anybody ever said, you extra, you're a little extra, you're too much? You know what? Whether you call it too much, whether you call it extra, whether you call it being exactly who you are, whether you call it being everything, don't apologize for any of it. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm a little extra. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm a little bougie. Yeah, I'm sorry, I like the finer things. Why are you apologizing? Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm cheap. Why are you apologizing? Why? I get it. I've been there. Sometimes I don't even realize the moments that I have apologized. Have you ever apologized for being tired? Y'all get it? I keep mentioning all these self-care things, taking a break, taking a nap, saying no, being tired. You can't help being tired. Sometimes you can, but you can't help it. I'm so sorry, but I'm tired. As opposed to, I am so tired right now. Can we link up in a couple of days? Thank you so much for inviting me. And I know this is last minute notice. Forgive me for this last minute notice, right? I believe in apologizing for things like that, but I can't apologize for being tired. Because life happens and we're human and we're not superwoman, contrary to what a lot of us think, contrary to what is out there about women and that we have to be superwomen. No, you can rest, you can be tired, you can say no, you can take a nap. Hashtag nap ministry. Have you ever apologized for being an introvert? Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm an introvert. Oh, I'm sorry, but I am an extrovert. No, you don't have to apologize, because that's essentially apologizing for being exactly who you are, and exactly who you are is absolutely amazing. Believe it or not, those of you who know me, believe it or not, I'm actually an introvert. I am what some might call an extroverted introvert, or someone else calls it autonomous, meaning I recharge alone. I really love being by myself. I can go travel to another country for 30 days and be by myself, and I'm just fine, right? I recharge alone. Extroverts, according to certain definitions, recharge around people, love being around people. Don't apologize for either or. Or if you're like, well, I'm a little bit of both, be that. Have you ever apologized for your faith? Well, I'm sorry, but I don't believe that. I'm sorry, but I am this faith. Stop apologizing for being who you are. Have you ever apologized for your skin? I'm sorry, but my skin is a little this, or is a little that, or is a little too this, or is a little too that. Don't apologize for your skin. Oh, I'm sorry, but my eyes are a little this, my nose is a little this, my hair is a little this. Why are you apologizing for you and your beauty? No more apologizing. Have you ever apologized for your personality? I'm a little awkward. I'm a little this. I'm a little that. Have you ever apologized for your personality? Don't do that. Oh, forgive that. There's an alarm in the background, but we're good. I can be awkward. I am really silly. Whatever it is, stop apologizing for being who you are. Have you ever apologized for having boundaries? I don't accept email after a certain time. Nope, you cannot say that to me. No, you cannot call me that. No, I'm not going to respond in a DM, right? Whatever boundaries you have, you know what, because I've got to protect my peace, I am not going to engage in that conversation. You don't have to apologize. Have you ever apologized for your peace? My peace is very important to me and I protect it. I'm so sorry. No, we're not apologizing for whatever that means to you, for your lifestyle, whatever that is, whatever that is. You live in a 10,000 square foot home. You live in a 500 square foot home. You live with someone. You have roommates. Whatever it is, you choose to spend money on the things that people think is in excess. You choose to save money. You choose to desire marriage. You choose not to be married, whatever it is. Do you ever apologize just for being who you are? No, I'm sorry. I like to travel alone. Or no, I'm sorry. I don't want a big house. No, I'm sorry. I do want a big house. No, I'm sorry. I like to stay in five-star hotels. No, I'm sorry. I like Airbnbs. Why are we apologizing for being who you are? Do you ever apologize for your happiness? You have a really good day, really good week, really good month, and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, but I'm so happy right now. There's a difference between happiness and joy. Joy is, in spite of our circumstances, there's this joy that we can always have. Happiness is determined based on situations, right? So our happiness is, as one would say, is happenstance. So if something really awesome happened, now I'm happy. Joy can be a sustaining joy in the midst of even hard things. You don't have to apologize for being who you are. So here's my challenge. I want you to look at this list and I want you to identify 3 of the areas where you have found yourself apologizing that you would like to stop apologizing and circle them. I want you to write them in a journal. I want you to write them down and say, you're going to write these out like an affirmation. So your name, am joyful, right? So here, let's just say we're going to say joy. I, Kristen, no longer apologize for my joy. I, Kristen, do not apologize for setting boundaries. I, Kristen, will never again apologize for my peace. I, Kristen, do not apologize for saying no. And I think part of it just comes from we don't want to offend people, and sometimes we don't want to come across as a know-it-all, or we want to come across too showy or conceited. And I believe that if it's facts, you're stating facts, right? It's not conceit or any of that. You're stating facts, you're stating facts. Let's get it. Hey, like I am not going to apologize that I like to dance all the time. And I like to dance on stage. Sound a little weird, but like to dance on stage at speaking engagements. I never apologize. What I do is say, hey, so I incorporate music and movement in my speaking engagements. I want to make sure that that fits and that's okay. I will never apologize again for being who I am. I've done that before. I've absolutely done that before where I've apologized for being who I am. And here's the thing. You have been created. You were created with a purpose and with intention. And when you apologize for being who you are, it's almost as if we're saying, I'm sorry, but the Lord, I think, made a mistake. I'm so sorry, but I'm extra. No, no, no. The Lord created you with this beautiful personality, with your creativity, with your gifts, with your intellect, with your talents. Don't apologize for that. Don't apologize for being who you are, ever. Ever, ever, ever. So walk that walk, Hey, okay. Walk. And look, I'm never going to apologize for that. What? So pick the 3, rewind it, select the 3 that you want to try, and just stop apologizing. And if needed, you can write out, why do I believe I have to apologize? For me, I believed I had to say, oh, I don't mean to brag, because I thought it was bragging. I didn't like talking about myself. And it's okay to talk about yourself and your accomplishments and things you've been through and things you've overcome. That's okay. Lord, thank you for creating me in this way. So let me walk it out. Yes, I have a personality that everybody may not understand, but it's not for everybody to understand. I'm going to walk out. Lord, thank you for this gift, right? If y'all look, let me tell you this. Can any of you sing? If you can sing, you better sing. If I could sing, I would never talk. Like I would be doing this in song. Y'all better walk that walk. Hey. I would never, ever talk. So walk that walk. We do not apologize anymore. Select your three. Invite somebody to even walk that journey with you to no longer apologize. But here's the thing. When you find yourself apologizing, no need to beat yourself up. No need to be like, oh, no, I did it. The great thing would be that you recognized it. Be gentle with you. Be gentle with you. Be gentle with you, and even ask the Lord to help you no longer apologize for being who you are, but walk in the glory of who He is and who He designed you to be and created you to be. Walk it. And people might think you're conceited. That's okay, because their opinions of you are none of your business, okay? Walk it. Because when you walk in freedom, when you walk in being who you are, number one, it's healing. Freedom is a healing. Number two, you give other people permission to be exactly who they are, not changing anything, not adding anything. You give other people permission. So from me to you, I want to give you permission to be exactly who you are. All of it. Don't downplay other things. If you think that you haven't accomplished enough, I bet you have accomplished more than you think you know. So no more apologizing. Deal, deal. Let me know if I can help you in any way. But ladies, let's do this. Beautiful woman, you have done hard things. You can continue to do hard things. And if one of those includes no longer apologizing for your brilliance, for your greatness, for your beauty, for your personality, then you're going to be able to do this hard thing as well. Deuces.